Hello my dear student. Today we will continue our lecture from the synthesis of some heterocyclic compound, and let us start first the synthesis and detailed chemistry of our heterocyclic compound, that is pyrazole. That is what? Pyrazole. So first of all, let me draw the structure of pyrazole. We know that in last lecture I have already told you pyrazole is a 5-member heterocyclic having 2 nitrogen atoms. 5-member heterocyclic compound. Suppose I write the structure of pyrazole. Here is the nitrogen, it have one lone pair. Here is a nitrogen, one double bond, second double bond, and third valency is satisfied by the hydrogen. And by numbering 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so its IUPAC name is, IUPAC name of this compound is 1, 2, 2 nitrogen, di, nitrogen is there, so prefix is AZ, diazole, and 5-member ring, that is for OL for 5-member ring. So 1, 2 diazole, 1, 2 diazole. Now the nature. What is the nature of this compound? The nature of this compound is aromatic. It is aromatic in nature, and second is it is basic in nature. So question is, why it is aromatic in nature and why it is basic in nature? So it is aromatic in nature, it means that it follows the Haeckel 4n plus 2 pi rule. Haeckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule it follows. Means if the compound have 2, 6, 10, 14, 18 electron, then we call it as a aromatic. In addition to this, there is another criteria that the compound should satisfy, that is the sp2 hybridized carbon, molecule should be planar, delocalization of pi electrons, and it should follow the Haeckel 4n plus 2 pi rule. So if we count the electron, so 2 electron of the lone pair, 1, 2, 3, 4 pi bond, 2 electron of each pi bond, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pi electrons. So it is follow the Haeckel 4n plus pi rule, and in addition to it also satisfied all other properties that the compound should be aromatic. Okay, so it is the aromatic one, and it is basic in nature. It means that this lone pair of the nitrogen will act as a base. It will act as a Lewis base. So any H plus, any hydrogen hydrogen can be extracted by this lone pair. So we say that it is the basic in nature. So this is little about some introductory about this. Now synthesis, main important synthesis of this pyrazole. So first synthesis of the pyrazole is known as NOR synthesis of pyrazole, or NOR pyrazole synthesis. Now if you have to synthesize pyrazole by the use of this reaction, that is the NOR synthesis, then what are the components that are so if we have to synthesize pyrazole by NOR synthesis, then what are the components? So NOR synthesis is the acid catalyzed reaction. It is the acid catalyzed reaction. So NOR synthesis, it is a acid catalyzed reaction. First point, acid catalyzed reaction. Second component of the reaction is hydrazine, or its derivative, we may say its derivative of hydrazine. And third component is 1,3-dicarbonyl compound, 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. By using these three components, the NOR synthesis can be done. So, let us start. Let me write general reaction of this. Suppose it is NH2NH2. Who is this? Hydrazine. It is hydrazine. Hydrazine is going to react with what? 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. This is R1, this is R2. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3 position there is a carbonyl group. So 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. The reaction is taking place in the presence of acid, so-called acid catalyzed reaction, and at the last we get the product, that is the pyrazole. So this is the structure of pyrazole. 5-member ring. 1 double bond here, 1 double bond here. Here is the R2, here is the R1, and third valence with the hydrogen. And this is the pyrazole. So by the use of this NOR synthesis, that is the reaction between the hydrazine 1,3-dicarbonyl compound in the presence of acid as a catalyst, we get the pyrazole. And this is the simple method to synthesize the pyrazole. Now, mechanism. What is the mechanism? How is the mechanism of this reaction? That is very important mechanism that we have to learn particularly. Actually, all other parts are very easy. So, how will be the mechanism is taking place? So, first of all, what happened? We have a 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. Okay, this is 1,3-dicarbonyl compound, and we have a H plus in the reaction. So this is called acid catalyzed reaction. So what happened here? We know that oxygen have free lone pair. This lone pair will act as a Lewis base. The lone pair of the oxygen will act as a Lewis base, and it will abstract this H plus, that the acid ion, from the solution. This lone pair will abstract this H plus, and it will convert into R1, O, single bond H, double bond O, and R2. As the oxygen uses its lone pair to form a bond with H plus, it will form a plus charge. Okay. Now, what is the use of this acid here? Actually, it catalyzes the reaction. It is going to catalyze the reaction because you can see here this carbonyl is also del plus charge. This is also electrophilic carbon, but this time this carbon is more electrophilic than before due to the H plus. This become more electrophilic than before, and so the any nucleophile will attack it more easily, and that is the role of H plus, and so we call it as acid catalyzed reaction. Now, next component is hydrazine. Now, we have hydrazine, NH2. This is hydrazine. Nitrogen of the hydrazine have a lone pair, and it will act as a nucleophile, and it will attack in the on the electrophilic center of the compound. So this carbon is the electrophilic carbon, and this lone pair will attack on this carbon as a nucleophile, and this bond will shift over the oxygen. And we are getting the faces like this: R1, single bond H, double bond, here is the R2. Okay, here is the H, and NH2. Now, as this nitrogen uses its lone pair to form a bond with this electrophilic carbon, so it will acquire a plus charge. Now, what happened here? OH is not a good leaving group. OH is not a good living group, but the water is a good living group. But the water is the good living group. So what happens in next step? This nitrogen is plus charge. So this electron will shift over the nitrogen and H plus will release. H plus will release and nitrogen become neutral. And this nitrogen becomes neutral and release H plus will again abstract by the lone pair of this OH, lone pair of the oxygen of the OH. So R1 OH H double bond R2, here is the NH and NH2 and NH2. As this oxygen have taken the release H plus, this release H plus, it will again acquire a plus charge due to the use of its lone pair. Due to the use of its lone pair. Okay. Now, the lone pair on this nitrogen will form a bond here and water will remove as a living group from this compound. Water will remove as a living group, who is a good living group. So water will be removed from this compound and N nitrogen will form the double bond with this carbon, means you may say it is the imine formation. So R1, then you may write like this, R1, here is the N, here is the NH2, N form a double bond, so with this carbon double bond N, this NH2, this carbon, again here is the oxygen and here is the R2, okay. Now so when this nitrogen form a double bond here, at that time this nitrogen create a plus charge as before and this H plus will release and that nitrogen becomes neutral and this release H plus will again abstract by this lone pair of the oxygen. I write here lone pair of the oxygen, and so that as lone pair is used in bonding, it will create the plus charge. Now again this carbonyl carbon becomes more electrophilic and there is a H plus attached to the oxygen, and this lone pair of the nitrogen will now attack as a nucleophile on this carbon, and this bond will shift over the oxygen. And there will be the cyclic structure will form, and the cyclic structure will form. How will be the cyclic structure? R1 double bond N, here is the carbon, N, H, okay. Here is the R2, here is the OH, and as this nitrogen uses lone pair, so it will form a plus charge. Now, as before, again the same operation can be happen here. This nitrogen is plus charge, so this electron will shift over the nitrogen. These two electrons will shift over the nitrogen, and this H plus will be released. This H will be released, and this release H plus again will abstract by the lone pair of this OH. So we will get the structure R double bond N. Here is the R2. Here is the OH, and H. This H is abstract by this lone pair, so it will create a plus charge. This nitrogen becomes neutral. And here will be the bond. Here will be the formation of bond. Now you can count the ring size. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is the 5-member ring that we have get. Now what will happen here? Again, this lone pair will form a bond here, and water will remove as a good living group. Water will remove as a good living group. So R1 N R2 as it is. This remove as a water, and this nitrogen will form the double bond with this carbon. So double bond with this carbon. Here is the H. Now we are getting this species. As the nitrogen uses lone pair for bond formation, again it will create the plus charge. Now the compound will gain its aromaticity. The compound will get back its aromaticity. We know that here is the hydrogen, here is the hydrogen. There are two hydrogen, and now this hydrogen will form a bond here. This hydrogen will form a bond here, and this pi bond will shift toward the nitrogen, and this nitrogen becomes neutral. This nitrogen becomes neutral, and we are getting this structure, that is the pyrazole. We are getting this structure that is called pyrazole. R1, okay, R1 double bond N. This hydrogen have formed a bond with here, so double bond. Here is the R2, here is the nitrogen, and this nitrogen becomes neutral as this bond shift toward the nitrogen. Two electrons get back to the nitrogen, and it becomes neutral. And here will be the hydrogen, here will be the hydrogen. Here will be the hydrogen, and as this bond shift over the nitrogen, okay, this nitrogen becomes neutral. This hydrogen have made bond here, and H plus is released. Okay, and thus the compound get back its aromaticity, and thus the pyrazole is formed. Thus the pyrazole is formed by the NOR synthesis. Thank you.